And welcome back to Music Freak Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a fine, fabulous, and some other adjective Thursday, and you are fine, fabulous, and also some other adjective. Hey, how's it going today? Hope you're having a fabulous day. I need to come up with better adjectives, or at least a wider variety of adjectives. We need more adjectives in our lives, people. We don't have enough adjectives, and I think we just need to do something about that. But that's a problem for another day. Hey, Carp, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Let me jump back here into the game. All right, so we are in the nether today because we are flattening a fortress. It's fun. Actually, it is kind of fun, but okay. That's a long way down and also spicy down there. Anyway, how you doing, Carp? Hopefully you're doing all right. All right, let's go ahead and enjoy this delicious fire resist potion and continue on our flattening festival of fantastic something. All right, so where am I? Okay, I am in here. Cool. So this is fun. Is this okay? Yep, that's a staircase up. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, so we were flattening the fortress. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be good. It's all in preparations for building a wither skeleton farm. Okay, which that's gonna be fun. I think. I don't know. We'll see how fun it is, but I'm kind of hoping that there will, in fact, be fun around here somewhere. All right, we're going to have some interesting things to deal with here, but it's okay. So let's see. So what's going on? It's Thursday. I have to work tonight, which kind of sucks, but that happens. Okay. Also, sure. Oh, hi. Apparently the Blazes don't want me here. And that I think is just inconsiderate. I mean, sure, I'm tearing down their home. But I don't think that is a reason in particular for them to dislike me. I mean, sure, this is where they live and probably have parties and watch, TV and stuff. But nope, I'm going to tear it all down because it's more useful for me if it's not here. And I'm sure they're perfectly okay with that. And there's no reason at all for them to be launching fireballs and stuff at me, right? I think that's reasonable. Silly places. Now I've got a couple of other places over there too. I need to be sure I light up. But hey, I have a fire resist potion going, so they can launch fireballs at me all day and it'll be just fine. I made sure before I started to brew up a couple of shulker boxes full of fire resist, so we should be okay for a while. At least that's the hope and the dream. Okay, so anyway, and then I'm going to try very hard not to fall down there. That would be bad. That would in fact not be good. There'd be lots of badness and also fire down there. Lava, you know, all sorts of... All right. So I am going to be taking... Okay, make it. Yep. Great. All right, so I'm going to be taking this down to the floor level, which is down here, which is puts that at Y56. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in mind as we continue on this long, arduous process of flattening a fortress. I've never done this before. I mean, I've buttoned up a fortress in the past. But I've never tried to tear one down, so this is going to take roughly forever. And I'll try very hard not to fall off. At least if I land in lava, I'm not going to burn. Because, you know, fire resist potions and stuff. So let's see what else is going on. Of course, tomorrow is Halloween, for those that care. I am not typically one of those people, but, you know, that doesn't change the fact. Some days it's nice because, you know, candy's a little cheaper. Of course, I've been really good. I haven't been eating candy. Closest to mostly been, you know, my zero sugar soda, which is candy-like, but not so much. Oh, so disappointing. So, I think I mentioned on stream here a while back, I went and got my blood work done. So they had a health fair at work, and so I went in and, you know, let them draw my blood and do some tests. And I was hoping that because I've managed to lose something like 40 pounds and you know, I've been trying to eat a little healthier and all that stuff, right? That maybe my cholesterol would be a little lower and things like that. Turns out it wasn't nearly as successful, not as I was hoping. My, what is it, the HDL, the good cholesterol? Oh, I'm standing in the fire. That has been better, but hey, Snoopers, you're listening and cooking. Nice. Oh, it's a new one. Yeah, you don't want to screw that up. That would be bad. But yeah, I was hoping that I'd have brought my cholesterol levels down a little bit. You know, that whole trying to be healthier thing. Yeah, not so much. The good news is the HDL, that good cholesterol level or whatever, is higher, which is good. But overall, my cholesterol is about the same. So, yeah. So it's sort of mixed. I said it wasn't. It could have been worse, right? Ow! Hi! Stop that! No, seriously, stop that! Don't. I don't know what they're doing to block my arrows, but I wish they would stop doing it. Okay. Oh, 20 seconds. That's probably enough to get rid of that. Okay. So, yeah, it was disappointing. I said it wasn't. Hey, Chill, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. But anyway, as I'm also tearing down my wither skeleton, you know, protection things, which is probably bad. Oh, I should probably jump into my safe room for a minute and put some stuff in shulker boxes. The day's been okay. Not too bad. This is... yeah, okay. Not too bad. I've been have to work tonight, which is not the greatest thing ever, but you know, it could be worse. Hopefully your day's been going well. Yeah, you know what? You're on the way. Okay. Oh, hi. Tell you what, if you're going to be here and still alive, I want your head. Okay? I don't think he understood the assignment. Anyway, your kids have tomorrow off. Oh, and you have to go to work. That's the worst combination. Confused what day it is. Yep, I get that. Yep, I get to work tomorrow, but Halloween on campus is kind of fun some days. But anyway, yeah, it's been going okay. Yeah, keep grinding. I'm certainly going to try. Oh, okay. I think I picked up the gold armor. Nice. The good news about all these blazes is they've been doing a nice job lighting up this area so that you know, fewer things spawn and stuff. Oh, right. There's that staircase. Let's go ahead and light it up. This is the staircase that I managed to escape down when I first got here. When I accidentally hit a zombie piglin and got the entire nether angry at me. Okay. So, hopefully everyone's doing okay otherwise, having fun foods and other excitement. I don't need the horse armor. Yep, what did we do for dinner tonight? We had some fresh veggies and hamburger helper, I think. Because we're classy like that. Spicy down there. Okay, so this is going to have to come down to, what did I say, 56? So, yeah, we're going to be going down a little ways. Okay. Oh. Of course, I guess if I need to heal my pickaxe, I can just go into the blaze farm. So, that'll be fine. That could be an issue, but that's all right. It just needs to be spawn proof, or at least spawn proof enough so that when I get at least some area of this lit up, it should be okay. Yeah, so here's the plan, okay? The plan is to cut this down again to about Y56. Pick an area, probably over there somewhere. It's on an handbrake for you. Okay. You got your first... Ooh, okay. See when the ad break is done, and then I shall answer. Oh, it's done. Okay. So you got your first cast iron skillet. Well, that's awesome. So, yeah. I toy with the idea of a cast iron skillet, Snoopers, but I'm too lazy for that. Speaking of which, and Race, I see you over there on Kick. Hopefully you're having a very family-friendly sort of day. Yeah, so selectively lazy merch is now a thing. If you are selectively lazy and need a t-shirt or a coffee mug or something to let the world know, you can now get that at musicfreakgaming.com, which is awesome and amazing, and you should totally be all about that. Or, you know, not. That's fine, too. I finally got around to finishing that, so that's cool. Oh. No, man, I've been thinking about a cast iron skillet since, don't know, I think I read one of Elton Brown's books where he was praising the thing. And I just, it's like, okay, this, you've sold me. I'm happy to try this. But when I looked at what all the upkeep is on a cast iron skillet, I sort of decided that maybe that's not quite where I want to spend my time. Okay, but that's, grab that. Ah, that's, so yeah, all that fun stuff. Yeah, every once in a while I get a wild hair to try to actually learn how to be a better chef and that type of thing. Because I really like food. Oh, hi. I really like good food. And, you know, I'm okay if I can, you know, eat the good food. You know? And that sort of requires being able to cook. So, you know. Oh, looks like we've got some. Oh, that's right. It's Halloween. All the zombie critters have a chance of, or all of the undead critters have a chance of spawning in with pumpkins on their heads. Hi, guys. Okay. Oh, that's not good up there. Hi. Wow, my aim sucks. All right. You have a goal to try a new meal once a week. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to cook, so I don't typically get in with that too often. My wife, since she's home, tends to do most of the cooking, though I cook on the weekends when I can, because she hates to cook, so, and it doesn't bother me, so, you know. Uh-oh. But there's a whole lot of being on fire going on here. Let's do something about that. Because I forgot to grab some more potions. No, I did make the other day, which was really tasty, a nice, oh, what was it? It was a thing. It was a food that I liked. Red beans and rice. There we go. Used to enjoy cooking until it became a chore. I get that. Totally get that. That is definitely one of those things. It's when I get home from work, the last thing I want to do is then sit down and cook. But when you have kids that kind of feel the need to eat once in a while, you know, and get really grumpy. Whoa, hi. Okay, that's not ideal. Also, oh, this guy's got his bodyguards over there. All right, let's see if I can not hit the piglins. All right, well, that was good enough. Yeah, it was kind of rough when my wife was on bed rest, and so I had to do all of the cooking, and not only yep, there we go. Not only did I have to do all of our regular cooking, but you know, I've cooked lunches and dinners, but I also more often than not ended up cooking breakfast for my wife too. So yeah, because she was obviously on bed rest and she couldn't eat a lot of what we were eating because she couldn't eat cheese and stuff. So I'd have to cook something different. Couldn't eat cheese. She couldn't have milk. So typically she would do cereal and milk for breakfast. Well, that wasn't a thing. So I was cooking up eggs and stuff for a lot of those mornings, but fortunately, that's not an issue these days. Yeah, she had a weird. It was like a diabetic reaction almost to dairy when she was pregnant. It was really strange. But now what I found too when it comes to cooking is I like to sit down and... Your friend had the same? Okay. Yeah, it was... I didn't even realize it was a thing until she was dealing with it. Since she had nothing but time, you know, looking it up on the internet. But yeah, apparently that's totally a thing, so... Her baby had an issue with dairy, so she couldn't eat while she was nursing. Okay, gotcha. No, in this case, even the slightest dairy, and it said it was really very little, would immediately send her into the bathroom. She was, yeah, it was not great for her. So yeah, it was fine afterwards. You know, I think she could drink milk and nurse after that too, but yeah, that was strange. You had gestational asthma. Oh, that's not great. Every time. Oh, lovely. I mean, I've heard some people say their babies take their breath away, but I don't think that's quite the way you want it done. You know, just seems like that would be unpleasant. Oh, please don't walk in front of me, zombie piglin. I don't want to accidentally hit you with my axe. He's just asking to get smacked. And I don't want to. I don't want to hit him. No, I don't, because that would be mean, and I don't want to be mean to the zombie piglins. Anyway, yeah, it's weird. I remember hearing about too, and this was something I'd heard second or third hand. I think it was a friend of a friend type of thing, who, when she was pregnant, she was legally blind most of the time, but when she was pregnant, she could see. It was strange. Oh, piglins. You silly little piggies. Yeah, I know. It was really strange. I have no idea what the deal was, why that worked, what was going on with it, but it was a thing. So I think she spent a lot of her time pregnant, you know? Yes, exactly, Snoopers. I think she ended up with a lot of kids. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some people, you know, I know who, like, my wife's, her body is, like, all about being pregnant. You know, but there's only so much you can deal with, you know. Can't read the label. We need another baby. Oh, man. So, oh, stop punching me. No. Also, get away from other people who want to punch me. Thank you. Silliness. Anyway, so obviously, I wear glasses. But just to read, okay? I just have reading glasses. These are the Amazon special buy 4 for $20 type plus 1.0 reading glasses. Which is all I need. The problem is I need them, and the number of times like I've picked up a package like cooking. Oh, I'm going to cook. I'm going to make dinner. Let me see what's, double check the, you know, the stuff on this pasta or whatever, or couple of times I've come home and I'll grab something like a TV dinner or something to cook for lunch, and I can't read the package because I don't have my stupid glasses on, because my stupid eyes are stupid old and the lens is stupid and inflexible and stupid. And so I can't read, and it sucks. And so I've got to... It annoys me. It annoys me a lot. Sometimes I can, you know, hold it out far enough that it's in focus and I can still read it, but, you know, because the text, it might be a little big enough, but I'll tell you, man. Getting old is not for the weak. You're using 2.0 lenses. Okay, got it. At least, you know, just reading glasses are cheap. You know, I don't have to worry about spending a fortune on, you know, Ray-Bans or something, because, and because I need some, you know, massive prescription or something. That's my wife's problem. Because turns out my wife's eyesight stinks. But she has the opposite problem. She can't see distance. So she can read for me and I can see things coming. You know, that's about how it works for us. Ooh, I am not fireproof at the moment. Also, no, nothing is... oh, hi. Okay, that... hang on. I must cease to be on fire. Okay. Could you stop doing that, please? I'm just... thank you. Oh, that was dumb. Okay, I didn't cheese off any of the piglins, right? We're good? Okay, good. Whew. Anyway. So that's not cool. Now, the reality is I probably don't need to take this fortress down all the way out this way, but I'm going to anyway, because it's there. I don't know. Actually, it'll be easier to spawn proof it and get, you know, come out here and get buttons on things. I have a rough despawn sphere drawn up in Mini HUD. And it pretty well covers the entire fortress and then some, because the killing chamber is not going to be up on the nether roof or way up high like that often is. So yeah, we're gonna have to button up a lot of the nether around here. But that's okay. Right, everything will be fine. Oh, hi. Could you not, please? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, also, I'd like to not cheese off any piglins that happen to be around. Because as much as I like cheese, I can't eat it. So, we're gonna not have cheesy piglins. Okay? That might be a delicacy in some parts of, like, the Deep South. I could see places in the Deep South. What are we all having tonight, Mama? Oh, yeah, we're having them cheesy piglins for dinner. So, oh, man, those are them my favorites with the cheesy piglins, and then a little bit of barbecue sauce with it. And you know it. You know it. They'd be all about the cheesy piglins. And, next thing you know, there'd be some nationwide fast food restaurant, you know, selling cheesy piglins to everybody around the country. And you know, I'm not entirely sure I'm ready for that. Okay. Oh, the smoke detector went off. Oh, goody. Yeah, that it's not the smoke, it's not the timer that says you're done cooking. We had that happen a few times. We would make chicken, and often we'd boil it for reasons. Usually because like we'd be making up a bunch of it for a soup or something. And it would boil over because we weren't paying attention to it or something. And of course, then it gets to the stove and goes off. And it turns out smoke detectors are loud and unpleasant. Also, your fan is broken. Ah, yes, that would be a problem too. Yeah. You know, I kind of wish that haste beacon would be a little bit more helpful. You know, it's there. I put it up there in the hopes that maybe we would be getting a little bit extra benefit from it, but I gotta say, I'm not feeling really beneficial. Oh, look at you over there. Okay. I think, let's see. We've got about 3 minutes of the fire resist. When this fire resist potion wears out, or just about then, I'm going to duck into the blaze farm and see if I can't heal up my pickaxe a little bit. Unfortunately, the blaze farm is slow, so it's not going to be great for XP, but it's better than having to stop and go all the way out to the ender farm or whatever. All right, so let's see what else is going on. So, well, my inventory's full. That's what else is going on. I definitely need to save all of these nether bricks because I need to build a platform out of them. It's part of the... oh, hi. Stop. Part of the spawning rules for wither skeletons is that if they're not standing on or in one of these hallways and stuff, they basically have to be... they can only spawn on the nether bricks. Which means my spawning platform has to be built completely out of nether bricks. Okay, which is fine. I just need to be sure I've got the bricks. So, since I am tearing down a fortress, we're going to have plenty of bricks. Also, I need to be plenty-o careful because there's some gaps here that just lead all the way down into the lava. But that's fine. It's fine. Everything's great. Oh. Hi. Okay, no. What part of no do you not understand? Okay, stop. I don't think we need to tell that magma cube that I've been secretly... Connect up again? Okay, we're back. We are back, and I've lost YouTube. Hang on, just a minute. Hang on. Okay. And YouTube's back. All right. Nope, it was me. My connection dropped. Completely threw off the groove of my little improv thing, so, you know, that wasn't great. But it looks like we're all still up and running, so, you know, that's something. Try to keep an eye on YouTube. Said it dropped on me on Tuesday. I had about half an hour left or before I stopped streaming. And, oh, I am out of... Okay. Ow. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll come in here now. Anyway, I ended up streaming for about half an hour towards the end of stream and was just not on YouTube. Everything else was good, but YouTube, not so much. It's the joy of multi-streaming, right? All right, so we are, I guess we've been far enough away. This thing has not been spawning, which is lovely. Like that. All right. Oh, I am going to need so many shulker boxes. I mean, I have some. I've got plenty, but still. Also, let's just get rid of those. Okay. Any day now. Oh, also, I should probably think about maybe getting another couple of fire resist potions. You know, just in case. All right. Okay. Any day now, we get them in here. So, yeah, I believe this room is spawn proof. I think there's enough light in here that that's not an issue. Between the lava and the frog light stuff, I think we're okay. Okay. Come here. I want your sweet XP. I think they're dropping their sweet XP into the lava, which is not ideal, I have to say. I would really rather not have to go to the Enderman farm to get XP. You know, just not. Okay. Yeah, it turns out this is not really the best farm for XP. Okay, well, sure. I mean, it could be worse, but I mean, at least I'm getting blaze rods. So, you know, that's something. All right. I mean, I do have some experience bottles. Yeah. I do have some experience bottles, I think, in here. If I thought, no, in my potion box here. So I suppose I could pull that out, but it's going to take a lot of experience bottles to get what I need. On the other hand, it's not like I don't have other pickaxes, so suppose I could always do that. Just grab a different pickaxe. All right. All right, okay. All right, okay. So, let's see. Where was I? I was over there. All right, I guess it doesn't matter. I have the rockets. I have the rockets which will let me, you know, rocket. All right, so I guess I was, yeah, this is where I was. Oh, I'm taking this so far down too. It's going to be a little bit crazy. That's all right though. It'll be fine. said I should be focusing on some other areas, but it's okay. Who doesn't like to just, you know, dig and dig and dig and stuff? Speaking of things that are sometimes fun, there's a new season of Star Wars Visions that came out yesterday, I think. For those of you who have the Disney Plus, Visions is a it's fun. It's like Lucasfilm went to a bunch of animation houses around the world. In this case, I think they're all Japanese, but said, "Hey, you know, you want to make a Star Wars? Make a Star Wars. Whatever you want. Go do the thing." And they did. And sometimes the stories were really good, and sometimes they're just. The last one this season was like a Star Wars themed fever dream. It was really weird. Oh, hi. Could you, like, not... Okay. Yeah. All about that not happening here, okay? But anyway, most of them were good. So it's like nine shorts. Most of them are, you know, 20 minutes or less. And they're, I said, they're all pretty, most of them are pretty good. So one of them had a great Back to the Future reference. I laughed when I saw it. So for those of you who remember Back to the Future, there is a scene in it wherein Marty McFly is trying to convince his dad, right? Marty's gone back in time, and he's trying to convince his dad to ask out the girl who will become Marty's mother, right? Because if they don't kiss at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, Marty will cease to exist, and that's not great for him, it turns out. So he's, you know, trying to convince him, and his father's not having it. So Marty, who showed up in the past wearing a radiation suit, wears the radiation suit, slips a little Van Halen into his Walkman, slides the earbuds over, or the headphones over his eventual father's head, cranks up the volume, and then lets loose. All right. And, of course, George McFly has the same reaction that a lot of people have to metal, screaming and holding his hands over his ears. Okay, awesome. Well, Marty then proceeds to tell him that I am Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. Because Marty does not understand his fandoms. And that would get him booted off the internet something fierce, right? Okay, but there's a great shot of him there in Back to the Future wearing the hazmat suit, hand out with the Walkman. Right? It's all sorts of cool. Well, there's a scene in one of the Visions episodes in this third season of some alien species or whatever wearing an environmental suit that looks just like that yellow hazmat suit. And he ends up striking a pose exactly like Marty with that Walkman. It was really funny. I laughed. As a kid who grew up in the 80s and watched Back to the Future way too many times for reasons and stuff, turns out, I forgot the name of the actress who plays Lorraine. Yeah, my little pre-teenage heart had a wee little preteen crush on her. Okay, let's put that up. Okay. I'll just clear that out now. Whoa! Okay, badness. There's badness happening down here. Let's not swim in the badness. Okay. Whoa. Turns out it got a little spicy down there. Okay. Leah Thompson. That's the name I'm trying to think of. Yeah, she was in another movie that was really good. I can't remember the name of it, but some 80s rom-com type. And that was your yeah. And that one was a very typical oh, let's see how to put it. It's the nerd who's into the hot popular girl who was played by Leah Thompson, who she doesn't know he exists, right? That type of story. But his best friend, she decides she's gonna help him, even though she's totally into our nerdy protagonist. Right? Again, that type of story. And then, of course, I think it's been a while, but I think he ends up, oh yeah, you're my best friend and I actually love you and all that fun stuff. Okay, cool. Ow. Why am I suddenly on fire? I don't want to be on fire. That's not fun. Okay. I mean, I was standing in fire, so that probably has something to do with it, but, you know. Okay. But, of course, it also didn't help that not only was I totally into Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, then I watched a really, really bad movie that she was in called Howard the Duck. Not a great movie, but it did not help with my again my little preteen crush on Leah Thompson. Yep. Gotta love it. Okay, so anyway, you know, it turns out a lot of this building is on fire, and that's not bad. Being on fire means a lot of it is already spawn proof, and I don't have to do anything for it, at least for now. Okay, I'm gonna fall down there. Okay, that would have been safe, but still. This is why I brought the fire resist potions, so I don't have to worry about those guys. Though, honestly, I probably should go over there and light that area up. Woohoo! All the lava in the world. Gonna burn the boys and girls. Because it is hot and stuff. It's not good for all your fluff. Don't know why we're singing songs. But we are, and it's gone wrong. Anyway. That's rocket. Oh, this is going to take forever. case I was ever wondering what I was going to do with the rest of November, I know now that I'm just going to be here tearing down a fortress. But that's okay. This whole thing, it'll look better when it's done. Right? You know, I know my stomach looks better when it's flatter, and I'm fairly certain this fortress will also look better when it's flatter. And so we are going to be flattering our fortress, because that's how English works. Right? Yes, yeah, that's totally how that works. We are going to flatter our fortress until it's flatter. Dinner is cooked. So what did you make, Snoopers? Post a pic in Discord. Nice. Okay. How am I doing on time? We're doing all right. All right. Yak! Okay. May take me a minute before I can look, but... Okay. Oh. Look at this pillar of forgetfulness. Because I forgot it. Yeah, I need to make up something for food next week. One of the problems I have with trying to eat healthy is lunch. Because I don't have a lot of time to cook. I come home for lunch, and it really only gives me about 5, maybe 10 minutes to cook something. Or otherwise prepare it. So I end up like, what do I want to eat? And it helps if I meal prep that a little bit so that I've got something that sits on the relatively healthy scale. That's not a torch. You know, if I can do that, then things are better. You meant to cook up some, or you you plan to cook up, there we go. Plan to cook up some good soups to freeze. Nice. Yeah, that's one thing. I don't tend to do a lot of soup, unless it's chili, which is technically a soup, but I don't tend to think of it as a soup. I don't do a lot of soup. I should, because you can make a relatively healthy soup, but you like the chunky soups that are really filling. Yeah, exactly. What I've discovered is that I'm not a fan of canned soups in general. Or actually most soups, but canned soups in particular are problematic. But especially like chicken noodle. I don't know what they do to both the chicken and the noodle that makes that so weird tasting. I know what they do to it. They cook it and they can it, and then it's overcooked and gross. But still. Now, the problem is a lot of the stuff I had been cooking up. You never had homemade chicken noodle soup? Okay, yeah, we make that, or we used to make it up fairly often, though we would actually make it with turkey. You don't mind canned tomato? Okay. Yeah, we'd make it up with turkey. So what we would do every few months, we'd cook up a turkey. Obviously, we do it at Thanksgiving, but also other times that were convenient. Yeah, so we're coming down to this level here. So, whoa, hi. Hello, friend. I have zero desire to to fight you. Okay. Honestly, spears, man. Spears are going to be the way to go for fighting wither skeletons. Spears with looting 3 on them. Oh, yeah. Absolutely the way to go. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, we would make, well, I said turkey soup. And sometimes we throw noodles in it. Sometimes it'd just be, turkey and vegetables and stuff. And it was tasty enough. But, yeah, just not my jam. On the other hand, I loved a good, we make up a potato soup once in a while. We don't do it often because our recipe makes a gigantic batch that could feed an army and a half, which was fine because that's about how many kids we had, so it was good. But it's a potato sausage and bacon soup, which was phenomenal and amazing. So it's a potato soup. You know, you cook it up with some sausage drippings and actual sausage, turns out. We throw in some bacon and a little bit of kale. Cook that sucker up. Oh, that was tasty. Probably a heart attack in a pot, but so tasty. You know, there are a lot of zombie piglins here. I'm really hoping that I don't have to worry about getting shot by them. All right. All right. Continuing on. But anyway, yeah, so that was really tasty. Also, it was really spicy. I don't remember why. I mean, there was the sausage, but I think there was something else in it too that gave it a nice spice. Do I have another empty shulker? I do. Okay, good. Oh, this is going to take forever. Next time I decide I'm going to do a large project, I need to remind myself that it takes a long time to do a large project. Oh, I'm on fire. Excuse me a minute. I need to stop being on fire. Okay. Hi. Could you, like, not? Thank you. Okay. I also should probably keep an eye on my pickaxe, make sure it doesn't break, because that would be unfortunate. But no, what I would usually make up for myself to have during the week is, like, I would make up a pasta salad. You know, I'd make some. It'd be so bad if some people would come on. Yeah, you know. That's all good. These little dudes are absolutely not helping at all. Nah, it's all good. You've made food, and food is good. No, what I would do is I would make up like a heart-healthy pasta salad. So it was whole wheat pasta with you know, fresh veggies, and I would use Italian dressing to season it. I tried doing my own mixture of olive oil and stuff, and vinegar and stuff like that. I just could not get the balance right, so I just went back to just letting the pre-made Italian dressing fill that role for me. Somewhere here, there's a torch. Awesome. But the problem with that, as tasty as it is it's getting to be cold here. Ow. No, no. That's not how this is supposed to work. Okay. You and your little spawn need to go elsewhere. Okay? Alright. That didn't sound great. It's not maybe the way I should have been addressing that poor little magma cube, but still. Anyway, the pasta salad's good. So the whole wheat pasta is better for you, at least from a cholesterol perspective and stuff, than regular pasta, because whole grains are apparently awesome and stuff. You know, all of that. So I'd make some of that, or I'd make up a potato salad, which is a little bit stretching it. Potatoes are actually really good for you. They're actually good for heart health. What's not great is the mayonnaise that goes in it, but I found a really good light mayo that works. It's lower fat and all of that good stuff. So it's a little bit healthier anyway. And it doesn't use a lot of mayo. But potatoes and fresh veggies and all that stuff. Again, delicious. But it's cold outside. I walked to work this morning. It was 13 degrees. Now, it was something like 60 when I came home at lunch. But it was 13 degrees this morning. And that's not typically weather that I start thinking, oh, you know what would be really good? Let's have a cold meal. No, not so much. So I really need to sit down and figure out some more meals to have hot. So one thing I've been doing recently is beans and rice, like a Cajun beans and rice. And that's been really tasty. Yeah, some healthy slow cooker meals really would be good. I said I made it was a mix. It was red beans and black beans, which was a good mix. Why healthy? I know, right? Because my cholesterol sucks and I don't want to have a heart attack. So, you know, I mean, of course, that does require me to have a heart, which I guess I do. But, you know, still. Meal of beans does not sound appealing. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I love beans. I do like beans. Now, I have to be careful just about with anything, right? You eat too much of it, you get sick of it. And I've been using beans instead of like ground beef in a lot of things because, you know, it's a good protein. But I don't want to get sick of it. But anyway, but it was good. So it was beans and brown rice and celery and peppers, and it's like it's celery and onion and green peppers, and that might be it actually. And then because I like things a little spicy, I'll usually throw in some form of spicy pepper. The last time I did it, I was not able to get jalapenos at the store, which is really weird because I live in southern Colorado and Mexican food is like the thing. There's one place you can stand on the street corner and see 5 different Mexican restaurants, okay? I think the city I live in actually is actually a Hispanic majority. So, you know, I would expect there to be jalapenos in the store. But no, there were no jalapenos in the store. So I decided to compromise or find an alternative. And what they did have was habaneros. Okay, now, before you go crazy, yes, I know habaneros are a bit spicier than jalapenos. And I accepted that. I grabbed a little package that just had 4 habaneros in it and thought, you know what? Rather than the multiple cups of whatever of the jalapenos, I'll just put these 4 habaneros in. Now, that's true. That might be why there weren't any jalapenos, is the demographic. Yeah. So, okay, so I no. Okay, that wasn't nice. Okay. Got him. Anyway, so I decided I'll just throw in these habaneros. Because these 4 habaneros, they'll be fine versus the couple of cups of jalapenos I was going to put in. Because habaneros are small, right? Well, it turns out I made a mistake. Because it turns out habaneros are not just a little bit spicier than a jalapeno. Turns out a habanero is like 100 times spicier than a jalapeno. And what I made was Cajun death rice. Now, it was delicious Cajun death rice. It was, you know, the Cajun seasonings were amazing, and the beans and the brown rice were fabulous, and the veggies all sort of dissolved and seasoned everything amazing. And it melted your eyeballs. It was spicy. It was very, very, very spicy. Delicious. But holy cow. So when I make this again, and I will make it again because I like it, but I'm definitely going to need to be a little bit careful about how many habaneros I put into it. Oh, goody. I'm on fire now. Oh, goody. I'm out of stuff. All right. Let's get into the safety net here. You don't like super hot food. Yeah, you know. I get that. See, I like hot food, but I like my hot food to have flavor. Right? If it doesn't have flavor, what's the point? Okay. I'm definitely running out of stuff here. All right. So, yeah. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll just throw, so those are full. One's empty. That one is about to be full. Yeah, I mean, I said I grew up in Colorado. I grew up eating, you know, spicy Mexican food, and it's delicious. But okay, don't need any of that. But wowzers, that was going a little bit far. All right, now, okay, so that's gonna go in there. Grab this. I'm think. Grab another couple of fire resist potions. All right, I'm gonna make another couple of shulker boxes as well. Okay. Yep. I like having infinite shulker boxes. It's nice. Did I? All right. I don't have a crafting table in here. That's silly. That is so silly. We're going to change that. Okay. Crafting table. Awesome. Shulker boxes. Also awesome. All right. Oh, that's the potion box. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do here is let's change pickaxes. Because that one's just about dead. All right. All right, so let's slip this back in the box. But yeah, I've definitely had some meals where it's like, you know what? You just decided that you're going to do all heat and no flavor. And that's just not cool. All right, well, I guess I can leave that in my inventory. Well, no. No, I'm going to hang on to it because I'm just silly like that. Your tummy is happy. Well, that's good. That's important. Yeah, that was the problem. Or that was the thing. We had 5 kids. So keeping all of them excited by the meals was hard. And so there were days where it's like, you know what? I don't care if you all like it. Your mom and I like it. We're eating this. You are not required to. Oh, I should probably grab my... Take a swig of the potion here. All right. Okay. Well, back we go. Hi. You're great and all, but I need you to not exist. I mean, that's probably mean and stuff, but no, really, that blaze needs to not exist. Why does it feel like this pickaxe is faster? Both of my pickaxes are efficiency 5 pickaxes. This one just it feels like it's faster for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, we tried to not stack meals that, hey, one particular kid didn't like, so they'd go like 2 or 3 meals not eating because they didn't like it, but we weren't always successful at that, but we tried. Okay, so this is going to come out this way. Oh yeah, all the fun going on over here. There were a few meals we could definitely count on the kids are going to like, right? It's going to be things like spaghetti. I think just about all the kids liked spaghetti. Pizza, of course, was always popular. Tacos. Yep. Gotta love the tacos. Yep, that's one of those that for a couple of reasons I stopped eating the ground beef in the tacos. And I'd cook up some beans separately to put some taco seasoning in there and stuff, because we make our own taco seasoning and it's delicious. Okay. Your 3-star meals, right? When all 3 of your kids like them. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Again, we're actually going to come up not quite this far down, so we may be covering up some of that, but yeah, so there were a few of those that's like, okay, the kids will all eat them. Burgers were another thing, you know. The kids sometimes liked different cheeses and stuff on their hamburgers, and that was fine. Yeah, we let it go ahead. You want mozzarella? You want pepper jack? You want cheddar on your hamburger? Go for it. And, you know, of course, they all have different tastes and sauces, you know. Actually, most of them like mustard. I think one of them actually likes ketchup. And one of them will do barbecue sauce with me. But okay, so none of your kids like mustard. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like I had 3 of my kids home over the summer from college, which was great. We sat down to have something really healthy like you know, chicken nuggets and fries or something. And we had 4 different sauces out on the table for 5 of us. It's pretty sophisticated for a kid to like mustard. I mean, it's just yellow mustard, so it's not like we're pulling out the, you know, the Grey Poupon or something like that. But, you know, my wife was big into mustard, and so my kids were doing that. Of course, one of my kids ate mustard on her banana. So I'm not entirely sure they actually can taste things. But, yeah, I don't know why she decided to put mustard on her banana, but she did, and it's okay. More power to her, I guess. No, she just decided she wanted to try it. Which, I think she might have heard about it from a friend or something. I don't know, but... yeah, as long as... Now, she was good, right? She didn't... You know, she had the banana, and she just dipped a little bit in it. It's not like she coated the whole thing, so it wasn't going to be, like, hyper wasteful or anything like that. Okay. That's right. You guys need to not. And so a couple of them tried it and said, okay, it's okay. Now, it wasn't something they did all the time afterwards. You know, which is fine. But, yeah, I had a hard enough time getting them to try foods that I knew were good. So, I was happy if they were going to experiment, you know. But yeah, I said it was that fun day when we're sitting down to eat all of our ultra healthy chicken nuggets and fries. And my wife had her fry sauce, and my kids had mustard, and the other one had ketchup, and son and I were sharing the barbecue sauce. Yeah. Oh, many strange things yeah. Honey used to be one of those things. I would dip my nuggets in honey. My tastes have gotten a little more sophisticated since then, but. Yeah. Yeah, honey's one of them. And actually, that's fairly common, I understand, so. And that's cool. Applesauce. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, my kids would try different things from time to time. And, you know, again, as long as I didn't get, like, super wasteful or anything, I was like, yeah, you want to try it? Go for it. But one of my kids, she just decided she wasn't going to like it. She didn't like it or didn't think she was going to like it when she was like 4 and just refused to eat it ever since. And now she's in her 20s, you know, still doesn't eat it. So, you know, it's nice to know she's consistent at least. Do need to be sure we keep some of this lit. Oh, also, maybe. Oh, my fire resist is about to wear out. Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll keep this potion bottle handy in case we start burning. Okay, yeah, we are about to all sorts of fun back this way, aren't we? But on the other hand, I like a good what do they call it? It's a hot sandwich. It's a Monte Carlo, which is ham and Swiss and raspberry jelly. So hot. So, you know, there's that. So the goal here eventually is to build a wither skeleton farm. The reality is I probably don't need to be tearing down this much of this fortress. I'm doing it anyway. Ah! No. No, what part of no does this gas not understand? Hi. Okay, he understands that I can't shoot worth diddly squat. You know, when did diddly squat become the thing we decided that things had to be worth? Okay, there we go. There we go. Good. Everything's great. All right. See a ghast with a pumpkin head? I don't know that you could put pumpkin heads on a ghast, but that would be fun. Oh, okay. Again, I have to be really careful shooting off into the abyss because you never know when there's a zombie skeleton just sort of sitting out there waiting for an arrow to come bounce off its unsuspecting head. Hey guys, you need to not be here, okay? That's right. Wow, you wanna know why I couldn't shoot the giant freaking ghast? Yeah, this is... Okay, now he dodged. That's just not fair. That's cheating. But, okay. Yeah, so ultimately the goal here is to build a wither skeleton farm. I'm digging this down because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a fairly large-ish platform out of nether brick that the wither skeletons are going to spawn on. And then, hopefully, I'll pick them up in minecarts and whoosh them up into a killing chamber. Okay? That's the hope and dream. Hey. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. I can change gears and make something else work. But yeah, but that's the idea. So in order for the minecarts to do their thing, I need a larger flat surface. That way it's just easier to run all of the track. Right, so we've got all of that happening, and then now I went out and I managed to convince a wither to slay a bunch of chickens. You know, which was very kind of it. I repaid it by you know, slicing it into little bitty pieces while its head was stuck in bedrock, but you know, I'm sure that was a reasonable exchange. But I didn't get that many wither roses. I only got like 50 of them. So as this goes, hopefully I'll be able to get a few more. What? Was I? That was weird. It's like I was seeing the ghost of an armor stand. That was really weird. It was so weird. Yeah, right there. What the heck? I don't know why that... Huh. Strange. Anyway, so that's the plan. We'll do that, and as this goes on, the hope is to be able to... I'll be able to then spawn more withers, get some more wither roses, and just keep filling in the farm with wither roses so that only the wither skeletons will spawn and not blazes and zombie piglins and stuff like that. But that's okay. That's a problem for future me. For now, we're just going to tear this sucker down. Now, it will be slightly easier to spawn-proof this fortress area if the fortress isn't actually here. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised I one-shot at the guy. Okay. got just a lucky shot on him. Anyway, so that's the idea. It's gonna be a thing. This is a lot of work, but I think it's gonna make life a little bit easier for me as I actually go to set up the farm. And I've never tried building a wither skeleton farm using minecarts. So this is gonna be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting thing. We're going to try it and see. So if it works, great. If not, we'll figure something else out. But I have an axe. I'm just not getting it. I don't need the sword, but the chest might be nice. You know, the chest means more shulker boxes. So got that going for me. Okay. Hey, Riley, you want to, like, tell that joke? Riley is being silly. I know. Wait. Give it a few seconds and then try it again. See if maybe she sees it that time. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah, saw the color change. So that's great. Weird. Yeah. Try the joke again. See if. Okay. Yep. Quotes are working. That seems like a reasonable quote to have pulled up. You know. Yep. That's Riley's excuse. Why aren't you telling jokes? Politicians stole my underpants. Okay. Oh, there it is. Stream joke. What do birds give out on Halloween? Tweets. Okay. That almost counted as a joke. Nah, it wasn't too bad. Riley's definitely told worse ones. Okay. Now, I would like to avoid spleefing myself here. Now, I have fire resist on. I've got my elytra. I should be fine, but still. It would just be annoying at the very least, right? Nothing says, but it's me. I know, right? Oh, hey, the fire resist potion is worn off, so that's cool. Just hang on to that potion just in case. Yeah, I fall for no reason at all. You are not wrong. Okay, let's get out of there. All right, boom. All right, well, that was handy. All right, let's go and throw a few more torches back here again, just to keep this area relatively safe. Even in fortresses, you can limit mob spawns with torches. I think you're back up to light level 7 or higher, but it does work. Okay. Basically, this level here of this platform, that is as low as I'm going to go. Unfortunately, I have a lot more fortress to dig down to that level, but that's all right. I also have some area to clean up because I think I'm going to be maybe not centered above where that beacon is, but I'm going to be setting up the kill chamber up there somewhere. So just underneath the nether roof. And yeah, the plan is going to be to have a couple of minecarts, or a couple of minecart tracks, actually, with lots of minecarts. I think I'll, ow. All right, now we'll drink the resist potion. Okay. Anyway, so we'll have the minecarts. They'll spit out every couple of seconds, whip around the track, pick up any wither skeletons or blaze or anything else that happen to be hanging out on the spawning area. Take them up to the kill chamber and drop them into an area that's, you know, just ready for me to make with the swipey with my sword. But also, I think it's going to be an area that's going to have powdered snow, so that if for some reason I'm AFK or something, the mobs don't just build up. They'll go in there and they will end up being a couple of flavors of frozen dead. Hi. How you doing? Could you, like, not do, though? Thank you. Yep, coming up on the outside here. Anyway, yeah, so that's the idea. Now, the concept is sound. I don't know how well it's actually going to work, but the idea is sound. Hi. All right. Let that fire burn. Okie dokie. Now, the nice thing is, if I set it up that way, even without spawn-proofing the full fortress, excuse me, or at least not wither-rosing the full fortress. Okay, it'll be a little bit of a gold farm. It'll be a little bit of a blaze farm, right? All of that'll be good. So there's that. The catch is I need to get down and out here and spawn proof the entire nether, though. It's like all of this area here. Oh, hi. You're right. I'm not fashionable enough for the nether. Sorry. Right, I need to spawn proof the rest of the nether so that nothing else will spawn out here. And that's going to be a pain in the neck. It's important. It's going to have to be done, but oh, that is going to take the other half of forever. But this hasn't quite taken yet. Well, that's okay. We'll do it all at once. I'll probably take some breaks and do some other things, but I don't know what, but something. Okay, yeah, this all needs to go. Okay, yeah, I would very much like to not end up in the lava here. So how do I plan to spawn proof? So for most of the nether that's going to be in the despawn radius, there are a couple of ways you can do it. One, you can just get the light level up above, I think it has to be up above 7, actually, for most of the nether. Or you can put buttons on every available surface. Ow! No, I was busy doing other things. That was not cool, dude. Not cool. Okay, so there's that. The fortress yeah, I'll probably put buttons on the parts of the fortress I'm not using. Yeah, iron plates. I've done that. It's so much clicky clicky. You love the clicky clicky. Yeah. Well, it's not like I'm lacking in iron, so I totally could do that. But yeah, iron plates, or any plates really, but plates or buttons, either of those would be fine. Just something to keep the critters from showing up, right? On the rest of the fortress that I will be using, okay, there we go. Yeah, I said I want to get wither roses down so that only the wither skeletons spawn and none of the like the zombie piglins or blaze or stuff will spawn. But that's that'll be a little bit slower. So when it's set up initially, it's going to be scooping up all of the denizens of the fortress, except probably the magma block or the magma cubes, because when I get the mine carts in, when I get the mine carts in, there won't be enough room for a magma cube to spawn, which is good. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and, yeah, because let's see, we've got all this space down here. Oh yeah, that's all bright and cheerful. So yeah, there are lots of different ways we can do it, but see, it's going to be a lot easier to do that because we'll have removed most of the fortress, so we're not going to have so many little hidey holes and places for other things to spawn. That may have been your entrance. Yeah, it may have been, Snoopers. I think so. Because I think your nether portal is just over there. The one from your original base that was... I think that might have been the swamp base. The one that was in that mangrove swamp. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be all the exciting, I think, once it's in place. And you know, I think I'll end up starting with a very inefficient farm, and we'll just over time we'll just drop in once in a while. It's like, okay, time to pave this part of the nether, and or light it all up, right? That was a fun scene from one of the Hermit's videos this season. Is they were lighting up the nether so that, you know, one of their gold farms or something was more efficient. And yeah, they were using beds to blow up the nether so that they could basically set lots of fires to things. Recipe called for dry wine. Okay. And drinking something now, you're super sleepy. Yep. That would do it. At least that's what I hear. As someone who doesn't drink, yep, the hardest thing I'll drink sometimes is something caffeinated with sugar. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So come down here. We'll just cut out this side over here. Oh, I am lacking in fire resist. Let's do something about that. cool. Fire resist potion acquired. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So many blocks. You really do. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, and then that's the potion box. Okay. Nope, I think the last drink I had, and it was a horrible mistake for multiple reasons. I was in college. One of my roommates had had a bottle of Fireball and offered me a drink, so I took a shot of Fireball. Oh yeah, not great. That was. Now it turns out, this is the other thing I learned from that escapade, is that I would be an angry drunk. I had had just the one shot, and I was feeling combative. So, yeah, not ideal. Try that. It was kind of good, but too strong. Yeah. Yep, that's because it's whiskey, so it's a heck of it, compared to something like, I don't know what, wine or beer or something, which is significantly lower alcohol content. Okay. Okay, you know what? I could do without you. Oh, hang on. I don't need your fat blockiness jumping on my head. Okay? Just gonna say that now. Hey, welcome back, Crow. Hope you're having a fabulous day. I am still cleaning, or, well, flattening another fortress. Which is its own special breed of fun, I'll tell you. Okay, where's my pickaxe? There it is. So, yeah. So definitely one of those reasons why I've made good progress. I'm definitely getting there. It's, there's a lot to do, and this haste beacon is not doing nearly as much as I would have liked, but definitely getting there. Oh, man. Oh, the haste, maybe it doesn't work. I mean, I think it is working. It's just, it's like, oh, what do they call it? It's like Deep Slate. Where, yes, you're faster, but not that much faster. So what I'd really like to just, have an Instamine here, but that's apparently not going to be a thing. But, yeah, it just feels slow. Okay. You never want to Instamine over a lava lake. Yeah, you're probably right. That makes some semblance of sense. I don't know. Start making too much sense, and that's just, I'm not sure how well I can deal with that. People making sense and stuff. That's just silliness. If I wanted things to make sense, I'd have... Well, no, I was going to say I'd have stayed in math, but... I took calculus. There's a whole lot of not making sense happening there. You know, I did a lot of math when I was in college. It was... Some of it actually made sense the second time. Yeah, math is confusing? Yeah, sometimes. That's why I had to take most of my math classes in college twice. I was good at the computer science, not so great at the math. But, it's alright. Minecraft math is fun. That's fair. That is very fair. Okay. Oops, that's the potion box. That's not going to help that much. Okay, that one's empty. That'll work. Okay, but let's see what else is going on. Oh, yeah. And the, my new merch is out. So if you want selectively lazy merch, that is now available at musicfreegaming.com. So should check that action out. And if there's something that you would love to have selectively lazy printed on that I don't have merch for, like right now I've got t-shirts and hoodies and you know, coffee mugs and something. But if you want it on something else, let me know, and I can see if I can make that happen. Okay. Okay, this ghast is just stupid. That's right, get close, because I can't shoot at anything that's far away. Where did it go? Where did it go? Hey, clock, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope your day's going well. Alright, where'd he go? There he is. There, finally. Jeez, monkeys. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Can't aim worth squat, but that's... You know, that's not unusual. Hopefully you're doing well. Alright, let's go light this area up too, just to be extra safe, I suppose. But, yeah. But yeah, otherwise doing okay. I mean, gotta work tonight, which isn't ideal, but it's part and parcel to the whole sysadmin gig, you know? You manage servers. Sometimes you gotta do stuff when people aren't using them. I know, strange, right? Yeah. Skeletons, the blazes, yeah, they're all like, dude, what are you doing to my house? We did not order, you know, this home demolition. I don't particularly care, but, you know, that this is how it is, you know? I've just come into their home on the anniversary of their daughter's birth, and am tearing their house down. And, you know, they're just going to have to put up with it because there isn't a lot that they're going to be able to do to stop it. And, you know, that's just how it's going to work. Okay. A little bit of nonsense going on. Yeah, the same treatment as the villagers. Exactly. Now it'll be great. I'm going to flatten it all out at, yeah, this level that I'm standing on. We're going to flatten it out. And then I'm going to hopefully try to get some track going so that I can It's not worth the effort. Out. Oh, hey, apparently I can be on fire now. All right. We'll wait to chug our next potion. Have I ever read the... Yeah, Hitchhiker's... I have. Right... Oops, let's see if you can... Right there. On my bookshelf. It's just out of frame in the webcam, unfortunately. My copy of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yep. Yep. You have to... If you go down to this locked room, behind the file cabinet that's guarded by a panther, you'll find the notice that we are tearing down your house. You know, it's just how it works. You know, I went back and reread The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy not too long ago, a few years back. I forgot how boring that series can be. Some of it's really good. Like, I really like what's it, the third book, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish? But man, there are parts of that series that's just... the jokes are okay, I guess, but holy cow, it just... Okay. Speaking of holy and or cows. But yeah, parts of that series just gets surprisingly dull for how funny it is. Yeah, and I never thought it was slow when I was reading it the first time either. It's just when I went back and read it a couple of years ago. A couple of my kids said the same thing, so maybe it's the Sunday afternoons. You know, that's probably it. No, I think the one thing I've discovered is that he is very, very good at writing jokes. A lot of the jokes in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy are amazing. They're fun, they're imaginative, they're great. But he doesn't always do a good job of telling a story that ties all of the jokes together. But I don't know, I may have to pick it up again in a little bit. Right now, I'm currently reading the Fablehaven series, which is fun. A little bit on the dark side for a YA book, but really good nonetheless. There's bits sticking out. Yeah, the bowl of petunias, and I was just thinking the other day. It's like in Mostly Harmless, which I think was the last book. I think Adams died while he was still in the process of writing it. And there's a creature that he just kept killing. It would reincarnate, and Arthur Dent just was his demise. So Crow, you're asking, is it good? Is Fablehaven good? Yeah, it's not bad. It's a decent series. I said it's a little darker than I typically like for a book that I can just relax with, but it's pretty good. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into fantasy in any way. It takes place in the modern world. Fablehaven is basically an animal preserve or a wildlife preserve for magical critters. So fairies, centaurs, satyrs, that whole thing. Yeah, and it is a good series. And it reads fairly quickly. It kind of focuses on these two kids, as you would expect in a YA type series. Kendra, I think she starts the series at 14 or 15, and her younger brother. I don't know that I want to shoot at those blazes over there, so we're not going to. Ah, that'll teach him. Okay, do I... Oh, I... Let me just get an extra fire resist potion or two out while I'm thinking about it. Because I would really rather not suddenly burst into flames. I'm weird like that. Oh, I guess I didn't need that there. So how big is this wither skeleton farm? Probably too big. Honestly, I haven't planned that far out. I am taking up way too much of this fortress. So I'm thinking it's probably... Oh, hi. Hang on. He needs to not be there. I'm probably thinking something along the lines of... Oh... 40 or 50 blocks square. Well, we'll see how that shapes out, but the nice thing is I can make the farm bigger. But the catch is only about half of the width. It needs to be big because I'm going to be using minecarts to pick up the wither skeletons. Okay. So I have to be careful so I don't accidentally shoot that piglin over there. But because I'm using minecarts, basically half or maybe a third of the possible space is going to be taken up by minecart rail. So I need to have, obviously, bigger spaces. Yeah, I have more space to make farms. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it should be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be big. As I said, probably too big, but we'll see. If because I'm not going to be up on the nether roof for the collection system, because I want this for wither skulls, so that means player kills. That one. There we go. So, yeah, so I'm gonna be like just under the bedrock, which should be fine. But it means there's a whole lot of this nether that I'm gonna have to spawn proof, so it's so that the only spawns that happen in the area happen in the fortress. So that's going to be... That part's going to be kind of painful, too. This is slow and tedious, but having to go through and pave and or light up and otherwise spawn-proof the nether kind of sucks, man. I've done that before, and it is a painful process. But it's all right. We'll get through that. Because if you leave even one space spawnable, it kills the rates of the farm something fierce. And I would rather not have to deal with that. Okay, fire resist is almost gone. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, got him. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Anytime you build a mob farm that's dependent on mob spawning mechanics. So whether it's a wither skeleton farm or a creeper farm or anything like that, you've got to be sure you spawn proof every place where other things can spawn. Otherwise, it just kills the rates. So this is the same fortress I was in on Tuesday or Thursday, whenever it was. Yeah, whenever I was last in a fortress, it's the same fortress. It's just a big fortress. So there's this one, and then it continues out over that way and around over there. I'm not sure I'm going to go tear down that, but I will have to get over there and spawn proof it. Because I think the entire fortress is within the despawn sphere that I was just lightly mapping out. So, yeah. Annoying, but, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, what it is big, and I probably didn't have to do it this way. I did do it this way, but I probably didn't have to. I'll light this up here just to keep things from spawning. But yeah, it's gonna be a deal. So we'll see what I end up doing on Saturday. What I might do, I don't know. I don't know if I want to start. Well, I may just finish out the farm, or at least finish out flattening the area I want it to be in. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling on Saturday. But how much more digging do I want to do, you know? But sometime here soon-ish, I really should figure out what's my spawning platform going to look like. And no, I'm going to need some more torches. Okay. Yeah, so what's the spawning platform going to look like? Where's the collection area going to be? Right, so this is a lot of work for one of these farms. But nope, I decided I wanted to do a single dimension farm, and I wanted it to no, it's gonna be the thing. Do a redstone wall moving contraption like a flying machine. Yeah, I could. The problem you have with a flying machine is that they suck. No, they're annoying when they unload, because when the chunks unload, they tend to break and just all sorts of pain and suffering. All right, let's go ahead. I have a shovel around here somewhere. Go. Just go ahead. Scoop up all this soul sand. I don't really need it, but scoop it up anyway. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's throw the right thing away. There we go. All right, that can go in there. That can go in there. All the soul sand could probably go in there too, really. But all right, where's my potions box? This one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I built a flying machine based sugarcane farm. No, it was bamboo farm, excuse me. In an SMP I was in a while back. And it worked great, as long as I remembered to stop it before I logged out, or if I logged out while it was stopped. Oh, hey, there's even more of this. Awesome. Let's go grab it. And then it was fine, you know, and it worked great. It crafted a bunch of chests and barrels for me, and some trapdoors, you know, all sorts of good stuff. But when it broke, it was a pain. I had to go back, you know, climb into the machine, clean out the nonsense, you know. So I'm going to try to avoid flying machines here. So what I am going to do, though, and I think it's going to work reasonably well, if I can get it going, is... Oh. We okay, Minecraft? Okay, we're not going to... Okay. It's going to crash. Awesome. Gotta love it. Anyway, so we'll pop over here while that's loading. So the plan here is to use minecarts to scoop up the wither skeletons and all the other things. This is actually going to be really cool for a couple of reasons. But one of them is that once they drop into the minecart, they get removed from the mob cap, which frees up space for more mobs to spawn. So when do I work? I have to go to work here in about an hour. Now I'm working from home, so it's not like I've got to commute, but I really should be thinking about stopping here soon. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a thing. We'll and hopefully I've done my prep well enough that the maintenance I need to do tonight will only take maybe 10 or 15 minutes. That's the hope and dream. There's some things I was not able to test fully, so that's gonna have to be and unfortunately that's what I have to run tonight. But the fact this is a basalt delta is a little bit concerning, but I think we'll be okay. The nice thing about the basalt delta is nothing else spawns in it. So that should be fine. So yeah, so I am digging down to level Y50. So the block I'm looking at is 55. I think is how I want this to go. It was 55 or 56. Oh, 56 is where this is at. So yeah, we'll take it to 56. So yeah, it's so I think that room I was just in, I actually have to bring up a little bit, but so if I, yeah, so the spawn bubbles, that's going to be, okay, you know what, here, let's, oh, since I'm on fire now, let's get out of here. Okay, and let me head up top, and we'll take a look at what that spawning sphere is going to look like. Because unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit crazy. It's the joy of not being up on the nether roof. Also, let's hope I don't get sniped off this. That would be unfortunate. Ow. Remember what I said about it being unfortunate? Okay, I do have other rockets. Good. All right, we'll just do it this way. I can't do it this way. Crash into the... All right, fine. You should make that better. Yeah, it's all right. Okay. Yeah, it was a quick fix. It works. Yeah, it'd be nice to throw some glass and, you know, whether it's ladders or it stays this, it doesn't matter. But of course, you notice I haven't done anything about it either. So, you know. All right, so somewhere over this way. So I was thinking of centering this roughly where the beacon was, kinda. Maybe not quite. Let's see. Shapes. It did not save my despawn sphere. Weird. Okay, so somewhere up this way. Oh, that's the wrong sphere. How'd you get up on the nether roof? So in Java, it's actually very, very easy. It's actually easy on Bedrock too, but that one, despawn sphere. There we go. Use TNT. So no, actually to get up on the roof, you find a piece of bedrock that's at Y127, I think, or 126? 127. You can place a ladder on it, and then while you're climbing the ladder, you throw an ender pearl. And you glitch through up onto the roof. And so that's how you get onto the thing. So, okay. So the despawn sphere, it's kind of hard to see. But roughly centered on the beacon. Here, I wonder, let's change this color. Let's make it, I don't know. Let's make it, yeah, green? Sure, why not? Okay. Okay, so that's a little bit better. It's not. It's just hard to see. Sorry, it's just hard to see. So, basically everything inside that will need to get all clicky. But, yeah, so there's some stuff like this basalt that like I block that lava, and yeah, we'll have to pave that so nothing can spawn there. That island will probably tear down. Yeah, that basalt's not great. And so we've got some of that over here too that we'll have to take care of. And then like this island will have to go away. Right? There's some of these little nether islands that are going to have to go away. But that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this little section of whatever this is, warped forest, will have to go. So, you know, it's there's definitely a lot of space to clean out, but it's not too bad. The good news is we're over a lava lake. The bad news is we've got islands and stuff like this that are going to have to go. Stream joke. Atheism is a non-profit organization. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, there's definitely some space outside this fortress we're going to have to deal with, but I'm pretty much, and this is what I'm going to have to do here soon, is actually figure out where I want the actual platform to be. So what I need to do is let's turn that off and then turn on that one. So basically everything in red, if I have, right, you see this big red rectangle here? That's the fortress footprint. If I have nether brick in there, I think wither skeletons will spawn. So I think I want to build that out around this way. And obviously there's a lot of space here where the fortress was. So I could, it actually might not be a bad idea to move the spawning area over this way a little bit. I don't know, we'll have to see, because there's a bunch of land over this way I'd rather not deal with, but yeah. So we'll see. As long as I build it out of nether brick, we should be okay. So, but that's the idea, is it's going to build out this way. We'll scoop up all of the wither skeletons that spawn in it. And then we'll bring them up here all the way up to, actually it's probably going to be down this way just a little bit. But we'll bring them down here. We'll drop them into a kill chamber with some powdered snow and a place where you can swing at them because you have to get the wither skulls. And so that's the plan. Oh yeah, my wings. Yes, I got the copper wings. They're very cool. I like them. They're harder to see in this little tunnel, but they're cool. And what's fun too, the cape actually looks not too bad either. But so how to get? Unfortunately, I don't think you can get them anymore. What you needed to do was basically you had to watch a stream on Twitch that was doing Minecraft. It was at the beginning of the month. So if you watch Minecraft on Twitch, you might have the redeem code. Oh, you just haven't redeemed it yet. Yeah. So, yeah. It took me a little while to get it. I actually ended up having to log into the launcher. I actually had to log into Bedrock first. And it showed in Bedrock, and then it showed up in Java a day or so later. It was really weird. But I do need to be stopping here. But yeah, I like this cape. I like the creeper cape too, but the copper one's cool. Anyway. So we'll go ahead and stop it here. This is a good place. We'll got lots of digging left to do, but it's getting there. Speaking of getting places, I wanted to give a shout out to the people who got to musicfreegaming.com and became supporters over there. You are all awesome and amazing as always. My next stream will be Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. For those of you who are not in the United States, daylight savings time, I believe, ends on Sunday. So we will be shifting our clocks back. So, adjust your sundials accordingly. And also, check out, I've got new merch at musicfreegaming.com. I've got the new Selectively Lazy merch. So check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.